So Go is quickly becoming more of a favourable character amongst fans. Although he still has many people disliking him, I do believe he has come a very long way since the start of the show and develops every week, becoming a better trainer and working towards his goal of capturing every single Pokemon. But even though I like Go himself, I believe his goal is just a little too ambitious for the Pokemon anime to accomplish. Currently there are 896 Pokemon that exist, and Go currently has 58 Pokemon so far in the anime, which he has captured in just 41 episodes. So he's captured more Pokemon than episodes at the minute, but not every episode features a capture, so even if he's capturing them pretty quickly, it's still nowhere near enough to capture every single Pokemon. If he was to capture them all in around 140 episodes, which is usually how long a series lasts, then he would need to capture on average around 6 or 7 Pokemon an episode, which hasn't been happening. So realistically, Go is not going to be capturing every single Pokemon in this series. So pretty quickly the conclusion is that I don't think he will be capturing every single Pokemon in this series, but there are also some other options that could take place. Firstly, he could continue on as a main protagonist or even as a joint protagonist into the next series and Gen 9. It would be a nice way of continuing his goal of capturing every single Pokemon and also giving his character some massive development. I feel sorry for the Cerise Lab if this happens because this place will be packed. He could travel with Ash for a bit longer or maybe even take over as the new guy, which a few people have already speculated of. It's really up in the air what's going to happen in the next series, as this one is so different to anything we've seen before. Anything is possible. Ash could leave the show, Go could take over, we could get a complete reboot with new characters, who knows. But it really is interesting to see how they are setting up Go. We got a single episode of him where Ash didn't appear, and we saw a lot about his backstory, so that's maybe a hint that he could be replacing Ash. But my answer to this is no, I don't think Go will replace Ash. If anything, they will both continue to travel together into the next series. I think that it's way more likely than him just replacing Ash, and the main reason is he already owns 58 Pokemon. If we are to get a brand new main protagonist, I want it to be a new trainer starting out on their journey, just like Ash did, just like Dawn did, and just like Serena did. They need to find their own goal. They can't already have a goal in progress and then become the main guy. It wouldn't feel right for me. But back onto topic, will Go capture every Pokemon? So the next option that Journeys could do is one which I'd personally dislike, and that is having Go complete his goal by the end of the series due to some sort of time skip, or that he just reveals that he caught them all. In my opinion, this would feel very rushed and sloppy, and I wouldn't like it. We need to see his goal play out all the way through, everything he does. I don't think the writers would do something like this, but they have skipped some important things in Journey so far, so who knows. And it is literally impossible for them to get every single Go capture on screen in this anime. Along with Ash having his goal, it just won't work. It's never going to work, but that brings me on to the next option. If Go did accomplish his goal and capture every single Pokemon in this series, then it's going to have to be a longer series than usual. Maybe it would run into Gen 9, but it would still be called Pokemon Journeys. But it would also take an immense amount of development that would be needed, and I really can't see a way that they can do this where it's satisfying to watch. It would take too much away from Ash, and every episode would be another capture. So far I'm liking some of the big captures for Go, like Golurk and Flygon, but we're also having Ash battles in between, which gives us a little bit of a break from just watching the same thing over and over again. And that would be the worry with his goal. He has to capture a Pokemon pretty much in every episode, so it can get boring pretty quickly. Honestly, I felt like the last few times recently with him capturing Flygon and Aerodactyl really close together, there felt like similar episode plots, and then he goes after Zapdos and Ash is just left battling Team Rocket again, just like the Aerodactyl episode. So I'm really hoping they can mix things up a little bit more rather than doing the same thing over and over. But this adds to my point that I don't think he'll capture every Pokemon in this one series because it would just be too boring. We have other stuff to do. Ash has to complete in the World Championship, and we have the Galar development, so I can confidently say I don't think he'll capture every Pokemon in Journeys. So the next option for Go is one I've been hoping for until recently when my opinion changed on this. And this was that Go will give up on his goal to capture every single Pokemon. He will see that these Pokemon are just a page on a Pokédex and he doesn't see the point in getting all of them. He may still try to capture Mew because that's his ultimate goal, but he can stop with the obsessive capturing of the Pokemon, which he has calmed down with a little bit. So what would he do instead? He would start battling, of course. I always thought his character would eventually start battling, just like Ash. We have been getting hints of him every time Reboot watches Ash battle, and although Go has shown he's very capable of battling now, I mean he took down a Zapdos, he still hasn't really proved himself in an actual battle against another person, other than the Karate Master, which was off screen. So that's really something I want to see happen, some on-screen battles. I made a video about the top 10 battles I wanted to see, where I had him facing both Kabu and Ash as well. So I do hope we get to see some battles like that or similar. But the reason why I don't think he'll give up on his goal of capturing every Pokemon is because of the Alola episode. He quite clearly stated that that's his goal, and his speech to Kiawe about Ash not needing help with his goal and him not being a rival to Ash clearly said to me that Go isn't going to become Ash's rival. He isn't going to start battling like Ash does, and his goal is here to stay.
They say Mew has every Pokemon's DNA, so that means it doesn't matter if my dream of catching it first didn't come true. I'll just catch all the other Pokemon first and work my way back to Mew instead.
So in conclusion, this is what I think is going to happen in Pokemon Journeys itself regarding Go's story and character development. I don't think he'll capture every Pokemon. I think he'll continue to get big Pokemon to promote the series, and eventually maybe even get some legendary Pokemon. We got the Zapdos episode, which could possibly setting up him to capture a legendary at some point, and maybe even all 3 of the birds like in the opening. So there's a big chance of him having some really big episodes like that. But I think if he was to capture every single legendary, it would just be way too much for the show to handle, which is another reason I don't think he's going to catch them all. So he will continue to get some big Pokemon, continue to show off every single Pokemon, which is what the series' main goal seems to be. But at the end of the series, he won't have them all. Could you imagine Cerise's lab if he actually had every single Pokemon? It would be insane. I think he'll maybe get 150 to 200 Pokemon in the series, which kind of makes sense since he has around 60 now. But once the series ends, I think he'll say to us that he plans to continue his goal in the future, which will take place off screen. Or as I've said before, he'll carry on into the next series and into Gen 9. It's really hard to predict what's going to happen with the series right now. I mean, it's crazy to think what could end up happening. Ash could leave the anime. This series is probably the most unpredictable so far. Sun and Moon was slightly unpredictable with them not having a league for ages, but I think we all knew the league was inevitably coming. But with this, I think it's harder to say what's going to happen with both main protagonist goals, and obviously what's going to happen to them after the series is over. So let me know in the comments, which option do you think Journeys will take with Go's story? Will he capture every Pokemon? Will his goal be left open-ended where he continues it off-screen, or will it progress into the next series with the same goal? Or finally, will he change his goal altogether and become a battler? Something I think is now unlikely after the Alola episode. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm really interested to see what other people think on this topic. Please like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and I'll see you next time.